This is Dr. Victoria Katasi, a specialist treating children with brain and spine cancers and blood disorders, and your health and wellness expert. Welcome to our book review moment for this week. I chose a book called Thrive by Arianna Huffington because she speaks so much into this topic of wellness. This book is derived from her personal story. Today I'm going to give you some excerpts from the book, and then we'll also wind up with a take-home message. So a brief bio about the author. Arianna is a high achiever, a high performer. She's a 73-year-old female with 2 children. She has been named as Times one of the most 100 influential people in the world. She has also appeared on Forbes as one of the most powerful women on 2 or 3 different occasions. She's an author of 15 books. She's also the co-founder of the Huffington Post. So clearly you can see that she's really a high performer, a high achiever. She also won a glamour award for the visionary. Basically, she's this woman who has actually made it in the business world and been extremely successful. When she wrote this book, she had had a personal experience where she realized that her life had practically gone out of order and out of control. In 2005, she co-founded the Huffington Post. And at that time, her perspective of success was money, power. It was about what type of car do you drive, what house do you own, where is the house located, things like where do your kids go to school, pretty much the current definition of what we call success. In this book, she gives us a message that apart from defining success as money and power, we should add a third metric, and the third metric is thrive. For when we add thrive, we should be able to take care of well-being, of a sense of wonder, of wisdom, and giving back. So she defines really the 4 pillars of success as giving back, wonder, wisdom, and well-being. So in 2007, she used to be a high performer, a high achiever. She used to give her all. One day she just collapsed in her office and was found unconscious because she used to work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. So she was taken to several medical centers, and after various tests were run, blood tests, imaging, MRIs, CT scans of the brain, name it, it was actually found that what she was suffering from was extreme stress and a lack of sleep. For her, this was her aha moment, a time to pause, an awakening. She realized that despite the money, the power, the fame, what she termed success, her life was basically out of order. She had no time for hobbies, she had no time for family, no time to spend with her kids, and her life was basically just running out of control. So she decided to make a radical change. And this is when she started taking steps to cut down on the amount of work she was doing, and then founded the organization Thrive Global. And in 2017, she eventually stepped down from, her administrative tasks in the Huffington Post to now fully run the Thrive Global Association that is, aimed at promoting wellness worldwide. For people who are looking at Arianna at this point in her life, before she had this collapse, thought she was very successful. In the eyes of the world, she was successful. But for her, after that experience, she realized that there was more to success than just money and power. And at this point, I'd like to pose a question to you and to myself. What is success to you? What does it mean for you to be happy? What brings you fulfillment? Is it money? Is it just power? Is it just the external things that you can see? Or is there actually much more to your life, to what you actually define as success? She has given us a few pointers in this book, or messages, because after this experience, she actually took time to reflect on her life, how she had lived it, and how she would want to live it going forward. Through this, she came up with a message for those of us who would also want, to consider life on bigger terms and on a wider perspective than just the success that is looked at as money and power. What is well-being? Maybe as we begin this message that she gave us. Well-being is a true aspect of living a truly satisfying life. You need to take care of the 8 dimensions of wellness: emotional, intellectual, spiritual, occupational, social, your physical wellness as well. Things to do with sleeping well, sleeping enough, good nutrition, exercise, social connectedness, hanging out with family, with friends, eating well, knowing how to manage your stress, having a job that is fulfilling, satisfying, you're growing in it, taking care of your environment, like all these things, having a life purpose, connecting to a higher power, really all this you need to take care of for you to actually be thriving. You also need to have times like digital detox times. And what do I mean by digital detox? We live in a fast-paced world. We are constantly logged on 24 hours online, somewhere on social media. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, and you're doing this all the time, to an extent that even as we are focusing on other tasks, you're still on social media. You go to work, you're spending time on social media. Instead of going to bed, you enter bed with your phone, you're on social media. So she's promoting the idea of digital detox, that you need to take off time from social media, log off at a certain point, and focus on other things. When it's time to be with family, focus on family. When it's time to sleep, sleep. If it's time to work, actually put in the time and work, and avoid the distractions.